A vast and mysterious world covers about 71% of the Earth, the ocean. Hidden in its depths are all the unknown mysteries that even today surpass human imagination. Surprisingly, humans have set foot on the moon, explored the far reaches of space, but many parts of the deep ocean of our planet still remain unknown. Scientists believe that a large part of the ocean floor has not yet been completely mapped. That world surrounded by darkness, great pressure, and mystery is still waiting for human discovery. So what is really hidden in the depths of the ocean? Are there any mysteries that are still unknown to the people of the world? Let's go. Today we will travel to the deepest and most mysterious world on Earth. We usually see the ocean only as a huge body of water. But under its surface there are one after another different worlds, where light, temperature, pressure, and life forms gradually change. The uppermost layer of the ocean is called the sunlight zone. This is the part of the ocean where sunlight can reach the best. This region usually extends from the surface of the ocean to a depth of about 200 meters. Due to the presence of sunlight in this layer, photosynthesis is possible here and numerous marine plants and small organisms can produce food. As a result, this region has become the most vibrant part of the ocean. Due to sunlight and sufficient food, a huge biodiversity has developed in the sunlight zone. Various species of fish, corals, and numerous small and large marine animals live here. In addition, scientists have been able to collect the most information about the sunlight zone compared to other deep layers of the ocean. Because this layer has been relatively easy for humans to explore. Through research ships, divers, cameras, and modern technology, scientists have been able to learn a lot of important information about the biodiversity, environment, and change here. Another interesting fact is that the largest animal on Earth, the blue whale, is found in this sunlight zone. In addition, many familiar animals such as dolphins, jellyfish, and sea turtles live in this layer. The sunlight zone is sometimes called the center of life of the ocean, because a large part of the total marine life is directly or indirectly dependent on this layer. Tiny plant-like organisms called phytoplankton use sunlight to make food through photosynthesis. These tiny organisms are eaten by zooplankton, which in turn are eaten by small fish. Then the small fish become food for the big fish. In this way, a huge and complex food chain is formed in the sunlight zone, which keeps the entire marine ecosystem running. Unbelievable, but true, these tiny phytoplankton in the sea play an important role in producing more than half of the world's total oxygen. In other words, for every 2 breaths we take, these tiny creatures in the sea can be the source of oxygen for at least 1 breath. Therefore, the sunlight zone is deeply involved not only for marine animals, but also for the lifestyle of every person on Earth. The water temperature in this layer is much higher than in other deep layers of the ocean. The surface of the water is warmed by the heat of the sun, so different species of fish and animals can easily survive here. However, this temperature can vary from region to region. The water in the equatorial sea is much warmer, while the water at the same level in the polar sea is relatively much colder. The effects of ocean waves, currents, and winds are felt the most in the sunlight zone. The water in this layer is always in motion due to storms, cyclones, or strong winds. This movement mixes oxygen well with the water, which is very important for the breathing of marine animals. At the same time, various nutrients also spread from one place to another, which accelerates the growth of marine plants and animals. The most beautiful coral reefs in the world are mainly formed in this sunlight zone. Sunlight is essential for corals to survive, because the tiny algae in their bodies use light to make food. Therefore, most of the world's coral reefs are usually seen between 30 and 70 meters deep. Many people call this coral reef the rainforest of the sea, because it is home to thousands of species of fish, octopuses, crabs, shrimp, sea stars, and countless invertebrates. Animals living in this layer include tuna, mackerel, sardines, anchovies, barracudas, various species of sharks and amazing creatures like flying fish. Groups of dolphins are often seen jumping together on the surface of the sea. On the other hand, the huge blue whale and humpback whale come to this level to breathe and collect food. Because they are mammals, they have to come to the surface of the water at regular intervals to take in oxygen from the air. Many animals living in the sunlight zone have very bright and attractive body colors. There is no need for such colors in the darkness of the deep sea, but in this light layer, they use colors to find their mates, confuse enemies, or blend in with the environment. Some fish also have patterns on their bodies that help them evade predators. Most of the world's commercial fishing is also conducted in this layer. Most marine fish used as food for humans, such as tuna, sardines, mackerel, or herring, are all residents of the sunlit zone. Therefore, the food and livelihoods of billions of people in the world are directly dependent on this layer. However, this important region is facing various threats today. The environment of the sunlit zone is changing rapidly due to plastic waste in the ocean, oil pollution, chemicals, overfishing, and climate change. As the sea temperature rises, many coral reefs are gradually turning white and dying, which is called coral bleaching. As a result, not only corals, but also the lives of countless marine animals that depend on them are threatened. Scientists are regularly monitoring changes in this layer using satellites, research ships, autonomous underwater vehicles, advanced sensors, and drone technology. They are trying to get an idea of future environmental risks by analyzing changes in sea temperature, water acidity, oxygen content, and biodiversity. The sunlight zone is not only the habitat of animals, but it is also the most active area of the ocean. Every day, a new chapter of life begins in this layer with sunrise. After the malo of the sun enters the water, numerous small animals and fish spread out in search of food. Again, after sunset, the behavior of many species changes completely. Those who stay at the bottom during the day come up to the top in the darkness of the night to collect food. Scientists call this phenomenon the largest daily animal migration in the world, or daily vertical migration. Every night, billions of marine animals rise hundreds of meters above and return to the depths before dawn. Although the water in this layer seems calm from the outside, numerous invisible changes are always going on inside it. Sometimes warm currents, sometimes cold currents, and sometimes nutrient-rich water rising from the deep ocean change the environment of this region. This process is called upwelling. As a result of upwelling, nutrients from the deep ocean move to the upper layer, and a huge amount of plankton is suddenly born there. And when plankton increases, fish, dolphins, whales, and countless seabirds gather in that area within a short time. The sunlit zone is also one of the most important climate regulators on Earth. This layer of the ocean absorbs a huge amount of heat from the sun and gradually spreads it to different parts of the world. If the ocean could not retain this heat, the Earth would be much hotter during the day and much colder at night. In other words, the sunlit zone is silently playing an important role in keeping the Earth's climate stable. Many people think that the most dangerous creatures in the sea live in the deep sea. But in reality, there are also extraordinarily skilled hunters in the sunlit zone. Fast tuna, powerful barracudas, various species of sharks and huge sailfish can catch prey in an instant. Their eyesight is very sharp and their bodies are designed in such a way that they can run at a speed of several tens of kilometers per hour underwater. Many animals living in this layer move in groups. Thousands of fish swim together in huge schools. From a distance, it seems as if a huge living cloud is floating in the water. This strategy is very effective in avoiding predator attacks. Because when thousands of fish move together, it becomes difficult for a predator to target a specific fish. Another amazing feature of the sunlight zone is its transparency. In some parts of the world, the seawater is so clear that in favorable weather conditions it is possible to see up to several tens of meters deep. However, this is not the case in all seas. In some places, the abundance of plankton, in some places, river silt, and in some places, storms reduce the transparency of the water. Therefore, the appearance of the same sunlight zone can be different in different oceans of the world. The life of seabirds is also closely related to this layer. Seagulls, albatrosses, pelicans, and many other birds can see prey underwater from the sky and jump into the water in an instant to catch fish. In other words, the sunlight zone provides food not only for underwater animals, but also for many animals in the sky. Most of the experiments in human marine research also start from this level. New species of fish, algae, microorganisms, or marine plants are still being discovered regularly. Scientists even hope that some of the microorganisms in this region have discovered chemical elements that can play an important role in creating new medicines in the future. However, no matter how advanced the technology is, the sunlight zone is still not completely free from mysteries. Every year, researchers find new behaviors, new species, and new environmental changes that surprise them. In other words, despite being the most studied layer of the ocean, it still continues to reveal new mysteries to us. This is why scientists believe that understanding the sunlight zone means not only understanding the ocean, but also gaining a deeper understanding of the Earth's climate, food system, biodiversity, and future environment. The more we learn about this layer, the better we can find ways to protect our planet. This was just the beginning of the ocean. A world awaits us, where darkness, pressure, and the mystery of the unknown will increase with each layer. The deeper we go, the more the ocean becomes completely different from the world we know. So let's go a little deeper into the ocean. After the sunlight zone begins the second layer of the ocean, called the twilight zone. As you descend to this level, sunlight begins to diminish rapidly. The water temperature decreases. The water pressure increases. And the environment becomes darker and more difficult. In scientific terms, this is called the mesopelagic zone. And it extends from 200 meters to 1,000 meters deep. This is a region where sunlight does not completely disappear, but it is reduced so much that photosynthesis is no longer possible here. If a little blue light reaches from above from the twilight zone, and as you go down, that light almost disappears. So is this zone lifeless because there is no sunlight here? Not at all. The strange inhabitants here do not rely on the sun for light, they create light from their own bodies. The animals here look very different from the animals of the sunlight zone, such as lanternfish, hatchetfish, dragonfish. In addition, a variety of other animals are found in this twilight zone. In scientific terms, this ability is called bioluminescence. Many animals produce light from their own bodies to survive in the dark world of the deep sea. Using this living light, they attract prey, confuse enemies, and even find their own species. When they glow in the dark, the scene looks a lot like the light of fireflies. The twilight zone is often called the transition zone of the ocean, because it is here that the familiar world of the ocean slowly begins to take shape into a mysterious unknown world. In the upper sunlight zone, where there was blue light, colorful corals, and countless visible animals all around, that familiar scene changes completely as soon as you descend to the twilight zone. Here, the color of the water gradually turns from dark blue to pitch black. If you go down a few hundred meters, it becomes so dark even in the afternoon that it becomes as if the sun has never risen on Earth. At this depth, the water pressure increases incredibly. The pressure increases by about 1 atmosphere for every 10 meters of depth. That is, at a depth of 1,000 meters, an animal has to withstand about 100 times more pressure than at sea level. This pressure is so high that ordinary submarine or diving equipment can be damaged in an instant. However, the animals here have adapted through billions of years of evolution in such a way that this extreme pressure is a normal environment for them. The bodies of animals in the twilight zone are also not like those of the animals above. The bodies of many fish are extremely thin and compressed from the sides, so that they can float in the water with very little energy expenditure. Many have relatively soft bones and do not have a gas-filled swim bladder. Because gas-filled organs at such a depth can be easily damaged by the extreme pressure. There is also a severe shortage of food here. Due to the lack of sunlight, new food is not produced. Therefore, most animals have to wait patiently for an opportunity. They attack any small fish, shrimp, or jellyfish in an instant. Sometimes they have to wait for a large meal for several days or even weeks. This is why many deep-sea fish have unusually large mouths compared to their bodies and extremely sharp teeth. If they get the chance, they can swallow prey close to their own size. Another amazing event at this level is the largest animal migration on Earth. Every evening, billions of fish, squid, and plankton from the twilight zone rise towards the upper sunlight zone in search of food. They quickly return to their deep habitat before dawn. Hundreds of billions of animals participate in this daily journey every day, which is known as the largest regular animal migration in the history of the Earth. Bioluminescence is not only for creating light, it is also a kind of secret language. When an animal is hungry, it gives off one kind of light signal, and when looking for a mate, it lights up in a completely different rhythm. Some animals suddenly create a bright flash of light when attacked by an enemy, confusing the opponent for a few seconds and running away. Some squids spread a luminous liquid, creating a bright cloud behind which they disappear. What is even more surprising is that many animals in the twilight zone have unusually large eyes. Because even the slightest light is very valuable to them. With the help of their huge eyes, they can see faint blue light from afar or even small flashes of light from the body of another animal. On the other hand, the eyes of some animals are so sensitive that they can clearly sense movements around them where the human eye would see complete darkness. Some animals use the exact opposite strategy. Their bodies are almost completely transparent. Since light passes through their bodies, it is extremely difficult to find them from a distance. Jellyfish, salps, and some larval fish easily avoid the eyes of predators by taking advantage of this transparent body. Sound also plays an important role in this region. Due to the low light, many animals get an idea of their surroundings by sensing the vibrations and sounds of the water. Even the slightest movement of the water tells them whether there is prey somewhere or whether a dangerous predator is approaching. The twilight zone is still a huge laboratory for scientists. Even with the use of modern robotic submersibles, high-powered cameras, and deep-sea sensors, it has not been possible to fully unravel the mysteries of this region. New species are often discovered that were previously unknown. Many scientists even believe that there are thousands of unknown animals hidden in the twilight zone, which humans have never met. The most surprising thing is that this dark world also plays an important role in the Earth's carbon cycle. The organisms here absorb organic matter that sinks from the upper layers and help trap that carbon in the deep ocean for a long time. As a result, this mysterious layer also has a silent contribution to controlling the amount of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere. So the twilight zone is not just a layer of light loss, it is a wonderful world where darkness is the rule, the animals themselves create light, and a silent but incredible struggle is going on for survival at every moment. This is where the deep unknown kingdom of the sea begins, where nature becomes more mysterious with each meter you go down. But the biggest challenge in the twilight zone is not just darkness, it is the lack of food. Unlike the sunlight zone, there are no plants here, no opportunity to create new food through photosynthesis. As a result, every animal in this region has to rely on food that slowly falls from the upper layers to survive. Every day, countless dead plankton, algae, fish remains, animal waste and organic particles continue to fall through the water. Scientists call this slowly falling organic matter marine snow. From a distance, this scene looks a lot like snowfall. Millions of tiny particles are slowly floating towards the darkness. But for the animals of the twilight zone, it is not snow, this is their food, this is their only hope for survival. So many animals wait for hours, waiting for a particle of food to float in front of them. However, not all are so patient. Some animals are predators. They move slowly in the darkness and attack as soon as they sense the slightest movement. The jaws of many fish are so flexible that they can swallow prey larger than their own body, because they do not know when their next meal will be. So their survival strategy is to eat as much as possible whenever the opportunity arises. Energy conservation is also an important rule of life in the twilight zone. No animal here swims fast for no reason. Most fish move very slowly and deliberately. Their heart rate is relatively low, their metabolism is slow. This uses less energy and they can survive for long periods without eating. There are many species that are able to survive for weeks or even months without finding large prey. The color of the animals in this region is also quite strange. The bodies of many fish are completely black. On the other hand, the bodies of many are dark red. Surprisingly, red light does not reach deep water. So dark red animals actually look almost black and can easily hide in the dark. This is an extraordinary camouflage created by nature. Some animals carry small light organs on the lower part of their bodies. At first, it may seem that this will make it easier for predators to see them. But in reality, its purpose is exactly the opposite. By combining the faint blue light coming from above with the light of their own body, they are illuminated in such a way that their shadow is not visible to predators below. This technique is called counterillumination. This is one of the most perfect natural camouflages in the sea. Not only fish, but also numerous squids live in the twilight zone. Many squids have hundreds of tiny light organs on their bodies. They can turn the light on or off in an instant as needed. Some squids emit so much light at once that the surrounding area sparkles for a few seconds. This sudden burst of light confuses the predator and the squid disappears at that opportunity. The jellyfish here are also not like ordinary jellyfish. Many have completely transparent bodies, while others emit blue, green, or purple light from their bodies. When they slowly float through the water, it seems as if countless stars are floating in the dark sky. Scientists have long thought that the number of animals in the twilight zone is very small. But modern research has changed that idea. Using advanced sonar technology and deep-sea exploration robots, it has been shown that the number of fish living in this layer is much higher than thought. The number of lanternfish alone is so large that many researchers believe that they have a place among the largest number of vertebrates on Earth. An incredible journey begins every evening in this region. As the sun sets, billions of fish, squid, and plankton slowly start to rise. The entire ocean comes alive. They quickly gather food at the upper levels and return to the depths before the sun rises. because if they are up in the daylight, they will easily be seen by larger predators. So darkness is their safety. The twilight zone is also very important for the Earth's climate. The animals living here help to transport that carbon-rich food from the upper levels to the deeper ocean. Through this process, excess carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is trapped in the ocean for a long time. Scientists consider it an important part of the Earth's natural carbon pump, biological carbon pump. If this process stops, the Earth's climate could change more rapidly. But even this mysterious layer is not completely safe today. Due to climate change, the temperature of the ocean is gradually reaching the deep layers. The amount of oxygen is decreasing, the pattern of currents is changing, and many animals are having to change their natural habitat. At the same time, plans to extract mineral resources in the deep sea in the future have also worried scientists. Because it is not yet fully known how human activities will affect this delicate ecosystem. The most surprising thing is that we still do not know as much about the twilight zone as we know about the surface of the moon. A large part of this layer has not yet been seen by humans. Each new research expedition finds animals and behaviors that change the old ideas of scientists. Therefore, it would be wrong to call the twilight zone just the second layer of the ocean. This is a vast living world, where life does not stop even in the dark. Rather, nature has developed a unique storehouse of the most amazing survival strategies here for billions of years. Also called the bathypelagic zone, it is a layer of the ocean where perpetual darkness prevails. The vast and mysterious layer extending from 1,000 meters deep to 4,000 meters, which is approximately 13,120 feet deep, is called the midnight zone. No sunlight reaches this depth. As a result, there is no difference between day and night here. It is always pitch black darkness all around. It is one of the most mysterious and least explored regions on Earth. The temperature at this level is usually between 2 and 4 degrees Celsius. At the same time, the water pressure here is so high that it can reach about 5,800 pounds per square inch. As a result, the pressure at a depth of 1,000 meters is about 100 atmospheres, and at 4,000 meters it reaches 400 atmospheres. This huge pressure is enough to twist any ordinary object in the blink of an eye. And because of such a huge pressure, ordinary submarines or divers cannot survive here. Since there is no sunlight in the midnight zone, no plants grow here and photosynthesis is not possible. As a result, the main source of food production is the layer of dead plants, animals and organic particles that slowly descend from the upper layer of the ocean, which scientists call marine snow. In addition, many animals survive by hunting other animals or eating the bodies of dead animals. In addition, the animals here survive by hunting each other. Some of the strangest shaped animals in the world can be seen in this region, such as the anglerfish, whose luminous part hanging from its head attracts prey, the gulper eel, whose huge mouth can swallow large prey at once, the vampire squid, which although it looks scary, usually survives by eating small organic particles. In addition, various types of deep-sea jellyfish, squid and shrimp also live here. But the most amazing thing about the midnight zone is that life here not only survives, but has adapted to this extreme environment over billions of years in a way that is rarely seen anywhere else on Earth. Where it is impossible for humans to survive even for a few moments, countless animals spend their entire lives there effortlessly. In the long history of evolution, they have acquired all the physical characteristics that are absolutely suitable for this dark world. The bodies of most animals here are relatively soft and flexible. Hard and heavy bones can sometimes cause difficulties under the intense pressure of the deep sea. Therefore, the skeletons of many fish are light, the muscles are relatively weak, and the amount of water inside the body is high. This special structure helps them move normally even under hundreds of atmospheres of pressure. Energy is so valuable in the midnight zone that no animal makes unnecessary movements here. Many fish float in almost the same place for hours. They know that excessive swimming means unnecessary waste of energy. So instead of chasing prey, most animals wait. When an unwary prey approaches, they attack in a burst of speed in just a moment. Scientists call this strategy sit-and-wait predation. Food is so scarce in the deep sea that many animals have stomachs that are unusually large compared to their bodies. Because they don't know when their next meal will come, they store as much food as possible whenever they get the chance. There are many fish that are able to swallow prey that is close to their own length. It then takes them several days to digest that food. The eyes of many animals here are very small, and the eyes of some animals are almost useless. Because there is no special need for large eyes in complete darkness. On the other hand, some species have remarkably improved their ability to detect subtle vibrations, chemical signals, and odors in water instead of seeing light. Darkness is not an obstacle for them, rather, it is their natural world. Of course, not all animals are completely isolated from light. Many still have bioluminescent organs in their bodies. However, the use of light here is more strategic than in the twilight zone. Some light up to attract prey, some to scare away enemies, and some suddenly create a bright flash of light and disappear into the darkness. Scientists believe that most of the living light seen in the deep sea is actually the result of a chemical reaction, where a molecule called luciferin and an enzyme called luciferase work together to produce light. The behavior of sound is also different in the midnight zone. Due to the lack of light, many animals rely on water vibrations to get an idea of the environment. They can even feel the vibrations of a fish's tail moving a little away. This sensitivity helps them catch prey, as well as avoid danger themselves. The life cycle of the animals living here is also quite slow. Many deep-sea fish grow very slowly and live for many years. Because rapid growth is not possible due to the lack of food. Scientists believe that some deep-sea animals can live up to several decades. Another surprising thing is that many animals living in the midnight zone spend the beginning of their lives in the upper layers of the ocean. After hatching, they grow in the sunlight or twilight zone as small larvae. Later, as they gradually grow, they descend deeper and finally choose the midnight zone as their permanent home. This step-by-step change of location increases their chances of survival. It is also extremely difficult for humans to explore this area. To work at such depths, research submersibles made of titanium or high-strength metals specially designed for this purpose have to be used. The windows of these vehicles are not made of ordinary glass, they are made of specially designed, extremely strong transparent material that can withstand hundreds of atmospheres of pressure. Even so, a small mechanical failure can make the entire expedition fatal. Currently, scientists are trying to unravel the mysteries of this region using remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, automated underwater vehicles, AUVs, and high-powered deep-sea cameras. Almost every new expedition finds creatures about which no information was previously known. Many times, scientists could not immediately identify an animal caught on camera because it was a completely new species. The most surprising thing is that despite being one of the largest ecosystems on Earth, a large part of the midnight zone is still unknown to humans. Compared to the amount of information that numerous space missions have provided about our solar system, many areas of this deep ocean on Earth have not yet been reached by humans or research vehicles. In other words, a huge world of the planet we live on is still shrouded in mystery. This is why it would be wrong to view the midnight zone as just a layer of the ocean. It is a silent world, where there is no sunlight, no change of seasons, no existence of day or night. Yet life does not stop there. Despite the darkness, extreme pressure, and limited food, nature has created creatures that prove that life can find its way even in the most impossible environments. And perhaps thousands of mysteries are still hidden in this deep darkness, which humanity has not yet discovered. However, the mystery of the midnight zone is not limited to its darkness or extreme pressure. Time seems to run on a completely different schedule at this level. In the world above, where the sun rises and sets every day, the seasons change, and storms and rains come, it does not exist here. For thousands of years, the environment in this deep world has remained almost the same. As a result, the animals here have evolved in a completely different way. They have developed numerous features that are not seen anywhere else on Earth. The amount of oxygen in the water of the midnight zone is not the same everywhere. In some areas, the oxygen level is so low that most known marine animals cannot survive there for more than a few minutes. However, some fish, shrimp and invertebrates here have adapted in such a way that they can survive for long periods of time using very little oxygen. Their blood and tissues are able to extract maximum energy from even a little oxygen. The water currents at this depth are also not like those at the upper level. While the water is always moving due to waves, winds and storms in the upper ocean, huge bodies of water sometimes flow slowly day after day in the midnight zone. In some places, a current of water takes hundreds of years to reach from one ocean to another. Scientists consider this deep current to be an important part of the global ocean circulation system. This slow current delivers heat, oxygen, and nutrients to different parts of the world. The behavior of sound in the midnight zone is also very surprising. Due to the density and temperature of water, sound can travel thousands of kilometers at certain levels. Therefore, scientists often use sound waves to collect information about the presence of animals, the structure of the water and the characteristics of the seabed in the deep sea. Even the calls of some whales can be heard by other whales from hundreds of kilometers away. In this lightless world, sound has become an important means of communication for many animals. Nature has also played a strange game with the body color of animals in this region. Many animals have special types of pigments on their bodies that absorb even a little light. As a result, they become almost completely invisible. On the other hand, some animals have tiny reflective cells on their bodies, which break the light of other animals. This makes it difficult to understand their true shape. This is a very effective natural strategy to evade the eyes of predators. Catching prey in the midnight zone is a matter of energy and timing. Many predatory fish float for hours on end, completely still. Their bodies use so little energy that they can survive for long periods without eating. When an unwary creature approaches, they open their mouths with lightning speed and pull in their prey. The whole thing happens in less than a second. Every hunt here is a silent struggle for life and death. After the midnight zone, a deeper layer of the ocean begins, called the abyssal zone. This zone is located at a depth of about 4,000 meters to 6,000 meters. Sunlight does not reach here at all, so it is always dark. The water temperature is very low and the environment here is very difficult due to the great pressure. Therefore, scientists consider the abyssal zone to be one of the most difficult and mysterious places on Earth. No sunlight can reach this depth. There is complete darkness here all the time. Due to the lack of sunlight, no plants or algae can survive here. As a result, the animals in this zone have to survive on organic matter that slowly descends from the upper layer of the ocean. These small food particles are the main food source for many deep-sea animals. The environment of the abyssal zone is very difficult. The temperature here is usually around 2 degrees Celsius. At the same time, the water pressure is hundreds of times higher than at sea level. Due to this great water pressure, ordinary man-made equipment cannot survive here. They are damaged very quickly or stop working. Therefore, specially designed deep-sea research vehicles are used to explore this area. Despite such a harsh environment, the abyssal zone is not devoid of animals. On the contrary, many amazing animals live here. Scientists have found sea cucumbers, brittle stars, various types of worms, small aquatic animals and strange-looking fish in this deep sea. These animals have changed themselves over a long time so that they can easily survive in the dark, cold water and extreme pressure. Moreover, many of the largest flat areas on the planet are located on the bottom of this deep sea. Somewhere else, there is volcanic activity, deep trenches and mysterious geological formations. The abyssal zone is not only important for biodiversity, but also has special importance in understanding the history of the Earth. From the various elements accumulated in the sediment or soil layer of the ocean floor, scientists obtain important information about the Earth's climate change, the past environment of the ocean and the evolution of life. However, people still know very little about the abyssal zone. Many deep areas of the ocean are still unknown to people. Whenever scientists conduct new expeditions, they discover new types of animals, new environments, and many more mysteries of the deep sea. The abyssal zone reminds us that the secrets of the Earth lie not only in space but also in the vast ocean beneath our feet. This dark, silent, and harsh world is still waiting for humans to explore more deeply. There is also another zone, called the Hadal Zone. This is the deepest part of the ocean, with depths ranging from about 6,000 to 11,000 meters. When we descend into the abyssal zone, it feels as if we have come to a completely different planet than Earth. There is no sunlight, no familiar sounds, no roar of waves or the touch of wind. There is only infinite darkness and deep silence all around. But even in this silence, life does not stop. On the contrary, in order to survive in this harsh environment for billions of years, the animals here have acquired characteristics that are rarely seen anywhere else on Earth. For scientists, this region is not just a deep sea, but it is a natural laboratory where the answer to the question of where the limits of life on Earth are sought is sought. The most amazing feature of the abyssal zone is its vast seabed. A large part of the world's total seabed is located at this depth. In many places, the seabed is so flat for hundreds of kilometers that it is considered one of the largest plains on Earth. This vast flat area is called the abyssal plain. This flat land was formed by the accumulation of sediment, dead microorganisms, and mineral particles that have slowly descended from the upper layer over millions of years. Although it seems quiet from the outside, countless tiny creatures are constantly moving on this ocean floor, collecting food and completing their life cycle. Competition for food is very intense at this depth. The little organic matter that reaches the bottom from the upper layer is divided among countless animals. Therefore, many of the animals living here are opportunists. When the body of a dead fish, squid or whale reaches the bottom of the ocean, the surrounding animals gather there in a very short time. Within a few hours, hundreds of sea cucumbers, isopods, amphipods, deep-sea crabs, and various invertebrates surround the corpse. A large dead animal can sometimes be a source of food for many animals in this deep region for several months, even several years. The movement of animals in the abyssal zone is usually very slow, because there is no opportunity to waste energy here. Every calorie is very valuable to them. Therefore, many animals slowly crawl on the sea floor for hours or swim in the water at a very slow speed. Moving fast will consume more energy, and enough food to replenish that energy is not easily available here. So patience, slowness, and energy conservation are the main strategies for survival here. The seabed in this region is not as calm as it seems. The interior of the Earth is still active, and that influence reaches the deep sea. In some places, there are huge volcanoes under the sea, from which lava slowly comes out and new seabed is created. In some areas, large earthquakes also occur on the seabed. Although these changes are rarely noticed by humans, their role in the geological history of the Earth is very important. Scientists have also found some places on the deep seabed, where extremely hot water and various minerals come out from the interior of the Earth. These areas are called hydrothermal vents. Surprisingly, a completely different type of ecosystem has developed around these vents without sunlight. Here, some special bacteria use sulfur and other chemicals to generate energy instead of solar energy. This process is called chemosynthesis. Tube worms, special types of shrimp, oysters, and many other animals live around those bacteria. This proves that life on Earth is not only dependent on the sun. In some cases, chemical energy can also sustain an entire ecosystem. The abyssal zone also plays an important role in regulating the Earth's climate. A huge amount of carbon is stored in the depths of the sea for a long time. Organic matter from the upper layer slowly descends and is stored here. As a result, excess carbon dioxide cannot return to the atmosphere. Scientists believe that without this natural process, the Earth's climate would have changed more rapidly. In other words, this dark region, hidden from human eyes, is silently maintaining the balance of the entire Earth's environment. Millions of years of history are stored in this deep ocean floor. Every year, a very small amount of sediment is deposited on top of the previous layer. In this way, a huge layer of sediment is formed over thousands of years. Scientists can collect samples from this layer to learn about past climate, volcanic eruptions, ocean temperatures, and the history of environmental changes on Earth. This deep ocean floor acts much like a natural archive of the Earth. Even with the use of advanced technology, humans have been able to directly observe very few parts of the abyssal zone. To go so deep, specially designed titanium-made research vehicles, high-pressure resistant cameras, and sophisticated robots have to be used. Each expedition is very expensive and risky. Yet almost every new expedition discovers something that changes scientists' previous ideas. New species of animals, strange behaviors, unknown microorganisms, or completely new geological formations. Each expedition opens a new chapter. Scientists believe that thousands of unknown creatures are still hidden in the abyssal zone. Sometimes, creatures that have never been seen before are caught on camera. DNA analysis also finds genetic information that does not completely match any known animal. In other words, this vast region of the world is still a world almost unknown to us. This is why the abyssal zone is not just a layer of the ocean, but one of the most mysterious natural treasures on Earth. Here, darkness is eternal, the pressure is incredible, the temperature is freezing, yet life survives on its own terms. Each new study teaches us that our knowledge of the Earth is still incomplete. Perhaps many mysteries are hidden in this deep darkness that could one day change our understanding of not only the ocean, but also life, evolution, and even the possibility of life on planets outside Earth. And below this abyssal zone lies the last and most mysterious layer of the ocean, the hadal zone. This is the world of the deepest ocean trenches on Earth, where the depth reaches almost 11,000 meters. The water pressure there is so terrible that it defies even human imagination. In today's video, we learned about the 3 deepest layers of the ocean. And in the next video, we will travel to that ultimate darkness, the hadal zone, where we will be introduced to the deepest trenches on Earth, the most extreme environments, and the most incredible animals. The abyssal zone is also called the forgotten world by many scientists. Because although a huge part of the Earth's total surface extends beneath this deep ocean, very little of it has been seen up close by humans. Surprisingly, we have not been able to map the ocean floor of the abyssal zone as accurately as we have been able to map the surface of the Moon. That is, a vast region of the planet we live on is still largely unknown to humans. At this depth, the ocean floor looks like an endless desert. But it is not a desert of sand. It is a vast plain made of very fine mud, the shells of dead microorganisms and mineral particles that have accumulated over billions of years. Sometimes only a few millimeters of new sediment is deposited every 1,000 years. So the soil on which a sea cucumber walks today may contain millions of years of Earth's history. The abyssal zone contains a huge amount of mineral resources. Scientists have found round rock-like formations of manganese, cobalt, nickel, copper and rare metals here, called polymetallic nodules. These minerals take millions of years to form. A nodule may grow only a few millimeters every million years. Therefore, they are called one of the slowest growing natural formations on Earth. These minerals may be important in the future for technological industries, but there is still a fierce debate among scientists about the damage that their extraction will cause to the deep-sea ecosystem. Another amazing aspect of the abyssal zone is its silence. There is no sound that can be heard by the human ear here. However, even in this silence, the sea is never completely silent. Low-frequency sounds caused by distant earthquakes, undersea volcanoes, the tremors of icebergs collapsing, or the calls of huge whales reach this depth. Many animals sense these subtle vibrations to get an idea of the surrounding environment. Scientists believe that the abyssal zone is one of the most stable environments on Earth. On Earth, seasons change, temperatures fluctuate, and storms and rains occur. But here, the environment changes very little over the years, even thousands of years. This long-term stability is why the evolution of the animals living here has been extremely slow. Many species have remained almost the same for millions of years. Food is so limited in this region that nothing goes to waste. Even a small dead fish, after reaching the bottom of the sea, is surrounded by countless animals within a short time. Some eat the meat, some eat the inside of the bones, and bacteria eventually break down the remaining organic matter. This recycling system of nature is so perfect that in the end, almost nothing is left. The abyssal zone is one of the largest reserves of carbon storage on Earth. A part of the organic matter produced in the upper layer of the ocean gradually descends and gets trapped in this deep bottom. As a result, excess carbon in the atmosphere is stored in the depths of the ocean for a long time. Scientists believe that this natural system plays an important role in stabilizing the Earth's climate. If this process is disrupted, global warming could accelerate. The abyssal zone is a huge challenge for researchers working on the deep sea. It takes more than just advanced technology to reach it. Each instrument has to be designed to withstand hundreds of atmospheres of pressure. Even a small error can ruin the entire expedition. Therefore, a successful deep-sea expedition sometimes takes years to plan. Currently, new maps of this region are being created using artificial intelligence, automated robots, and high-resolution seafloor scanning technology. However, according to scientists, a large part of the abyssal zone has not yet been directly observed. Each new expedition discovers new animals, new microorganisms, or new geological formations that enrich our understanding of the Earth. The most interesting thing is that many astronomers and space researchers are also interested in the abyssal zone. Because they think that if life can survive in this extreme environment on Earth, then some kind of life may also exist in the oceans under the ice of Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus. Therefore, deep-sea research is very important not only for Earth, but also for the search for life in the universe. This is why the abyssal zone is not just another layer of the ocean, it is one of the most mysterious laboratories on Earth. Every new expedition here raises new questions, every new discovery proves that we still know very little about our own planet. And beneath this vast dark world, the last and deepest region of the ocean awaits, the Hadal Zone. The water pressure there is so great that even human imagination cannot fully comprehend it. The story of that incredible world will be in our next video. Then you will understand that the deep ocean of the world is not just a vast body of water, it is a completely different world surrounded by mystery. A world where each level has its own environment, its own rules, and its own inhabitants. In the sunlight zone above the ocean, where the endless procession of life is seen in the sunlight, the whole world begins to change as you descend little by little. In the twilight zone, light gradually disappears, in the midnight zone, eternal darkness begins, and upon reaching the abyssal zone, nature seems to reveal its most mysterious form. Each layer teaches us that life can survive not only in favorable environments, but also in the most adverse conditions. To date, scientists have conducted countless studies on the ocean, conducted thousands of expeditions, and have uncovered many mysteries of the deep sea with the help of cutting-edge technology. Yet the reality is that a large part of the world's oceans is still beyond the direct observation of humans. Each new research expedition finds new animals, new microorganisms, new geological formations, or completely new ecosystems that have never been seen by humans before. In other words, the more we try to understand the ocean, the more we realize that the amount of unknowns is much greater than the information we know. The deep sea is not only a storehouse of biodiversity, it is also an invaluable source of understanding the climate, environment, geology, and evolution of life on Earth. Billions of years of sediment accumulated on the seabed tell the story of our past. Deep-sea microorganisms indicate new possibilities for future medical science, and animals that survive in these extreme environments teach us that there is no limit to nature's ability to adapt. Many scientists even believe that deep-sea research could one day play an important role in the search for life on planets or satellites beyond Earth. The deeper we go into the ocean, the clearer it becomes, there is still a lot to learn about our own planet. We have been able to take pictures of distant planets in space, sent people to the moon, and operated robots on Mars, yet countless regions of the Earth's deep ocean have yet to be seen by humans. Perhaps hidden in these dark depths are new creatures, unknown microorganisms, or scientific information that could one day change our understanding of the world. So this mysterious journey of the sea does not end here. Rather, it was just the beginning of reaching the door to a deeper unknown world. Because even below the abyssal zone, there is the deepest and most dangerous region on Earth, the Hadal Zone. The water pressure there is so terrible that it surpasses even human imagination, yet life survives there on its own terms. Our next video will be about the secrets of that incredible world, the amazing creatures that live there, and the stories of the deepest ocean trenches on Earth. Until then, remember, the greatest mystery of the world may not be hidden in the infinite space of the sky, but in the deep, silent, and dark ocean that stretches beneath our feet.